Okay. So I'm going to begin my interview now. And my first question is, how long have you been working in registration for crop over?
This is my 8th year in crop over. I started at age 21, and it's been a lot of challenges throughout that time, but I think that is important that you learn from your experiences to make it better the next year. So I've been in it for 8 years.
Okay. And what is the significance of floats and its relationship to crop over?
First of all, the floats is really a moving parade. So basically you have the music truck for the masqueraders, all in costume. Crop over is very important to Barbados for a number of reasons. Culturally, the representations, the costumes actually represent a theme that is Barbadian. So you have that aspect of crop over depicted in the costumes. Additionally, it's a tremendous revenue earner for Barbados. I mean, crop over on a whole generates about $50 million every year. So it is a very big part of our economic situation as well as social.
Okay. And how has the style of the floats changed over the years?
Over the years, because crop over started, I believe, in the 70s or 80s. So over the years, you've seen a change. Some people think it's negative, some it's positive. But basically a change from a lot of cloth and a lot of dresses and that type of thing to a more real type thing with bikinis and tops and stuff like that. So there has been a perception that it has changed to just beads and feathers and that type of thing, as opposed to depicting something that's cultural and something that's significant. There's also the commercial aspect to it, because a lot of band leaders see it as a business. And the public, the society, want glamorous bikinis and want to feel sexy. So it's a situation where, from a business perspective, they are fulfilling a demand, as opposed to preserving the tradition.
Okay. Is there any requirements to be a part of a float? If so, then why? What are they and why?
There's no requirement. You just pay your fees to be a part of the parade. You get your costume and so. So there are no real restrictions. The only restriction we have in terms of age, 18 years, 70, at least 70 years and older, because there's drinks and alcohol being served on the road as well. So you don't really want minors taking part in that activity.
Okay. Are the dancers supposed to dance in front or in back of the float, and what does that signify?
Well, some floats, as you would call it, they would have special dancers doing a choreography in front of the judges when it comes to the judging point, which adds to the spectacle. Other than that, most of the masqueraders would parade behind the float, behind the music truck.
Okay. What are the specific rules for using a float as a band in Condiment?
The float itself, or the truck, has to be a certain height. Like, you cannot go above a certain height. There are also restrictions in terms of the construction of it. You have to protect the wheels of it so no one can go under the truck and so forth. Actually, there were instances where people were killed from that, trying to run under the truck. I don't know why, but so there are restrictions on the actual construction of it. But that's basically the only restrictions you would have. Design, colors, everything that you want to put on it, there are no restrictions. You can exercise your true creativity. Okay.
Now, is that like why they use the ropes to kind of like maintain like a straight line?
The ropes are used to protect the masqueraders on the road, because normally when you have a parade, you will have people trying to get into the bands to party with these people. Essentially, people that pay their money to parade and be part of the whole spectacle. You don't want people invading the bands and trying to get in and who have not paid. Generally speaking, people try to parade alongside the band on the sides. So that's why you need the rope to enclose the members and for their safety as well.
Okay. What is your personal opinion of the creativity behind the floats from year to year? Has it increased or decreased?
That's a very difficult question.
Sorry.
as I said before, there are different elements to crop over to the parade. There are some that see it as a business and have the pretty glamorous costumes that the ladies want.
Mm-hmm.
There are other members of the other band leaders that are very focused on preserving the traditional look and actually depicting something that means something to crop over. Very few bands have been able to mesh or join the two.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually looking for Fantasy next year to see how we can offer a glamorous costume that actually speaks to a particular theme. You can see it when you look at it, you can say, yes, this is an African tribe being depicted, and it's still glamorous. So we're really trying to work on that for 2012. However, the demand and the demand for, you would find that there's some people that would try to want to preserve that traditional, but they don't get the people signing up in that band because of the fact it's not glamorous enough, it's not pretty. And so that's the challenge, really. I think that the National Cultural Foundation, though, have done a very good job in the actual production of the parade, in terms of its organization, in terms of having the army and the security out there in their full element to protect masqueraders. I think that people that come from overseas, we have a lot of people jumping and taking part, and they feel very safe on the road. So we want to expose more of this type of experiences to our visitors.
Okay. And that actually will complete my questions. Thank you so much. What is your name again?
Amanda Reefer from the band Fantasy.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.